Bob, how does quantum computing differ from traditional computing?
At the lowest level, quantum computing, yeah, we have zeros and ones, but we also have these other things called quantum bits, which allow some extraordinary computations to take place. We have much, much more memory in which to do computations, and possibly there are things that we could never hope to do in classical computing that might be able to be done in a few seconds or in a few hours on a quantum computer. It's only been the last few years that we have been able to make real, and this is really important, stable quantum computers. It's one thing to say that I had a quantum computer, it worked for a couple of seconds, and then it was down for a few hours. We have quantum computers that stay up for months and months at a time. And in fact, in 2006, we put the first quantum computer up on the web. And since that time, over 100,000 people have accessed the IBM Q experience.
And so what are those applications? What can quantum computing be used for?
Well, we're still figuring this out. So one important caveat is that it will likely be 3 to 5 years before quantum computers are powerful enough where we can really say, well, right over here in this use case, a quantum computer can do significantly better than anything we can do on a classical computer. Now, given that, the use cases, first and foremost, are in the area of chemistry. So everything from basic design of materials up to, eventually, and this will likely take much more than a decade, drug computation. So not just drug discovery, but being able to compute the drugs that we might need for a particular medical application. Financial services is another area. Being able to much more quickly and accurately predict risk in a portfolio. Now, a hedge fund may be interested in that, but your retirement fund also has a certain amount of risk associated with it. So perhaps quantum computing can help to optimize that. And then finally, artificial intelligence. Now, AI is a big topic. People are talking about it all the time. There are really two ways quantum may be able to help there. The first is to say, well, what are we doing today in artificial intelligence? And way down deep in there, there may be some mathematical calculations that quantum can speed up. On the other hand, there may be some entirely new algorithms that you can implement in quantum computing that do things in different ways, much faster ways, or maybe even give us better insight into this area of AI.
What are some of the limitations quantum computing has?
Right now, the largest quantum computer that we have in prototype is 50 qubits. However, we are going to need qubit counts in the hundreds or thousands, and in fact, more than just the count of the number of qubits, it's going to be the quality of these qubits. So large problems, such as for drug computation, drug discovery, will require these thousands of extremely high quality qubits. So a lot of our work today is going into the core question of how we scale a quantum computer, how we make it more powerful. The other limitation has to do with the way we build these. So if you want to look over my right shoulder here, this is a model of a 50 qubit quantum computer. If it were actually operating, it would have several covers around it. It would be in vacuum, and most important, it would be kept extremely cold. The actual quantum device is kept close to absolute zero, about 10 millikelvin. To give you an idea, in terms of Kelvin, that's around 460 degrees below zero Fahrenheit. All right, almost nothing moves at that point. Outer space is about 2.7 degrees Kelvin. Outer space is much too warm for quantum computers. So the challenges are engineering at that level. How do you keep a consistent, a powerful quantum computer, a quantum device operating for long periods of time? And that's the type of research and engineering we're doing here.